Yes, man, and this is Shamina on work experience here. She's my understudy.
Thanks, Mohil, for the great introduction. Now that we've all had some starters, can we give a massive round of applause and energy for Tahmid and Zara for tonight? So let's start off with a question for the audience, okay? What does everyone think is the average age of marriage in this country? Let's get a show of hands. So, who thinks it's around 25? Okay, around 28? Okay, around 32? Okay, fine. Well, the actual average age of marriage in this country is around 38 years old. So, bearing that in mind, Tahmid, I'd like to congratulate you for finally being better than average at for something.
I remember meeting Tahmid all the way back in year 7, back at QE Boys. Big up QE! And there was always one question that was always asked me. It's always, Mohil, when are you and Tahmid going to get married? So, speaking of, only kidding, Zara, this is your night. We'll do our bit after.
So I actually met Tahmid a couple of years later in UCL, about 8 years ago. So what I'm trying to say is what took Mohil 14 years only took me 8. And I remember in the first week of freshers, everyone was busy trying to make friends. And there was one guy sat half asleep at the back of the lecture hall watching EastEnders. Can we guess who that could be? That's one thing I've always liked about Tahmid. He does his own thing, doesn't really follow the crowd. Amongst our friendship group, we call him the Diva. And the Diva always gets his way. I mean, now can we get a show of hands? Who's received a thesis by Tahmid at all in their life?
Zara, just remember, no matter how many times you put Tahmid in the doghouse, he will find his way barking out of it.
Tahmid, when it comes to stories, do we talk about the time when you collapsed like a beach whale in a waterfall in Thailand and the whole crew had to carry you up? Or do we talk about the time when you got kicked out of Marylebone Hotel over grapefruit juice, but we snuck back in because we didn't get our Instagram picture?
There's also many stories at school, for example, writing a certain thing about a geography teacher.
Yes.
Chucking a bottle of water onto the deputy head's car. Chucking ink on the back of the teacher's t-shirt. But I think the best kind of story that comes with me and Tahmid is the big water fight of 2014, for all of you that will know. So back in first year, Tahmid and I actually didn't share a flat or a house as most people did. We actually shared a tiny, tiny room back in student halls. And what started as a petty argument about who buys more toilet paper and a bit of toothpaste on a cup ended in him chucking a massive bucket of water all over me and onto my bed, which I of course retaliated. Don't give me that look. So a bit of advice, Zara, if you are on Tahmid's bad side, make sure he's not armed with an Evian 750. We do have to say a few good things though. So can I honestly say, Tahmid, you know, you're handsome, brilliant, funny, and wait, what was this? I can't quite read it. Can you write here?
You're funny just by the way you are, you're selfless sometimes and considerate. The time that comes to mind is when we donated our old clothes to the homeless on Tottenham Court Road. No one wanted it, but it was the thought that counts. He's not sporty in the slightest, but he's a great sport for eating out together, Nando's. And most important of all, you're generous, giving, have a good heart. That's it.
Tahmid's had many battles in his life and more drama than Shamina's favourite Star Plus cereal. But it's nice to see Tahmid as happy as he is now with Zara.
So Tahmid, this day is not completely about you. We have to acknowledge Zara and how beautiful she looks today. I'm sure everyone agrees.
Zara and Tahmid, thank you so much for asking all of us here to be part of your special day. Thank you to both parents for putting on such an incredible wedding in the hardest of times.
Please look after him, Zara. Don't let him deliver in Nando's for the rest of your life together. And on that note, can everyone please bring their hands together for the happy couple, Zara and Armin?